Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. I'm joined in studio with Preston. You know him as the Sports Cheetah, and Ralph Michaels. We're going to take a look at SEC action. We've got Ole Miss traveling to LSU, and since Ed Orgeron took over for Les Miles, all of a sudden the offense 42 and 45 points, but they played Missouri and Southern Miss. You know, a little different story this week. Guys, we're going to be looking at basically the LSU defense against the Mississippi offense. What do you think? I'll start with you, Preston.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing to dislike about the way LSU's playing. I was early in the season was calling for Les Miles' head right after week one. It was pretty evident things weren't going to work out. He was underachieving with the talent they have. I've said every week, you know, they're top 3 to 5 talent-wise, you know, in the country, and they weren't getting it. And now maybe they are. And sure, it was only Missouri and Southern Miss. What was more impressive to me than scoring 87 was holding those two teams to just 17 total. I think they combined won those two games 87-17. Very impressive, especially this last game against Southern Miss, where I think they actually gave up the first 7 points, and then after that they just completely dominated the game. So in this particular spot, I think the number's about right. I'm not going to be making a play. But I'm more intrigued to see, I guess, how the Rebels respond to the road loss at Arkansas, and now traveling to Baton Rouge to play LSU. It's a really tough back-to-back stretch here for Ole Miss, and I think LSU gets a win. I think it'll definitely be close. If I had to take a side, I think I'd take, is it still around 6 points? I'd probably take +6, but I'm ultimately passing.
Ralph, I'll swing it to you. And you talk about the rough game last week. You know, it was a high-scoring game, 34-30. You know, you look at it that way, but they had to face 51 rushes from that punishing Arkansas offense. You know, and when you got to bang, 51 times against the run, and now you're going to face a team like LSU that is a more physical team than Arkansas for sure. How's that going to affect this team the second week on the road?
Well, you know, I think it's going to be very difficult for them because you were an AP top, I think, 11 to start the year. And now you're off your third loss. So basically you're out of it. You're not going to go to the SEC championship. You're not going to be in the top 1 or 2 SEC bowls after their playoff appearance. So for them, I think it's a letdown situation. So having to travel back-to-back weeks and having your third loss of the year combined makes it difficult. Now LSU last week started slow. I think they outscored Southern Miss 25-0 in the second half. And I can say, well, I expected that because remember, the week before they had that Florida week. Are they playing? Are they not playing? It's delayed. They had all those press conferences. So what that did allow was them to get Fournette back in practices. He will be playing this week. He has missed the last few weeks. So you now have an LSU squad with an improved offense that had a slow start last week, outscored Southern Miss 25-0, rested because all they did was play in the last 2 weeks. Had the bye week, semi-bye week, right, and then played Southern Miss. So you're waiting for this opponent at home. You still have the entire SEC in front of you. You have one SEC loss. But now you know Florida's coming to Baton Rouge this year. You host LSU. You are in the driver's seat right now. So you can sell it to LSU that you have the entire world in front of you. I think I'm going to lean with LSU in this game. The number's where it should be. Just because of the situations of an excited team now and really with a rebirth against a team off a third loss where, you know, we start looking at teams at this point that are bowl eliminated. But when you're talking about an AP top 10, I think 3 losses is almost the same thing as like a bowl elimination loss because you're out of those major bowls.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And I'll tell you what, Ed Orgeron, I love him as a coach. I think he got a raw deal at USC that he should have had an opportunity to be the head coach there. He did a great job when he stepped in whenever they fired the coach. I like them here. I like the LSU defense. We've talked about the defense all year. There's really been no problem with the LSU defense. It's been, you know, the vanilla offense. But now that Ed Orgeron's there, granted, you know, it was 2 soft teams, but you still put up 45 points. Les Miles wasn't doing that against the soft team. So I think LSU moving forward, this is a statement game for them for the rest of the season, in my opinion. And I really do like the fact that it's a bad spot for Mississippi. like you said, with the third loss, but plus being in a type of game where it was a punishing game where Arkansas ran the football down their throat, and now they're going to face another physical team. I like LSU. I think they win it by 10 or more.
And that loss was also was a back and forth game where they scored with about 2 minutes to go and then allowed the final touchdown, even adding more to that.
All right, so you're on LSU. Preston's on the fence.
Anything.
All right, and I'm with LSU, so you got 2 out of 3 there. And guys, don't forget, this weekend, pick your favorite capper. Weekend, all access, Thursday through Monday. You'll get all of that Capper's Plays for just $69. And if you use the coupon code BIGBEN10, you'll get $10 off that package. You can pick it up for just $59. We'll be back with more here at WagerTalk.com.